What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and I have some bittersweet news. This is some news that we kind of understood was probably going to happen for a while, and that is the confirmation, I'm sure you know by now, if you're a Star fan, that Star vs. Force of Evil will be ending with this next season, Season 4, that's going to start premiering on March 10th. I'm joined by Hailey.
Hey, everyone.
And we're going to go over the episode list and just talk about our thoughts. We kind of understood like a while ago, almost a year-ish now, like a few months, that there were kind of whispers that Star production was going to be ending. There were some tweets going around. And not to mention that about a week or so ago, there was actually an accidental post by Gallery Nucleus, which was an art studio in Los Angeles, or it is an art studio in Los Angeles. And they accidentally released information on a Star-related event, which was going to be to celebrate the ending of the series, but then they quickly removed it because it clearly was not supposed to go up yet because it wasn't common knowledge that Star was going to be ending yet. So they removed that. So that was kind of going around, like, I think that's going to be in April, and that was going around the internet. People were freaking out, and then it went away. We didn't actually get to cover it for reasons, but here we are. Now we understand what's going to be happening, and yep, it is actually officially ending. So Twitter, Disney XD, they kind of released a list of episodes. So we're just going to kind of go down the list of episodes, talk about what we expect to happen, and then I guess afterwards we can just kind of talk about our expectations for the overall season or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
so far, just to get this out of the way, the scheduling isn't too bad. A lot of people were worried that the scheduling was going to be kind of like a bomb format, or we're just going to get a whole week of episodes like back to back to back, and it was going to be over in like a month or two, or like a month and a half. But it looks like it's going to take a little longer because these episodes, they're not like Steven Universe episodes where they air 11-minute individual episodes. These have 11-minute pieces, so it's 22 minutes is the full episodes, and we know there's going to be like 21, 22-ish. We don't know the exact number. And so far, just in March alone, there's only 8. So it looks like it's going to have at least 2 solid months of full episodes, and then May, it'll probably end sometime around then. So we're getting 2 full episodes once a week on the same day. So that's not too bad. What do you think about this scheduling program? Because I know a lot of people didn't want it to all be blown at once. This isn't obviously ideal. It's not like 1 episode per week, but I think it's a pretty solid compromise.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, because like the first 2, you can see that they are probably going to be 22 minutes each. So every week we're getting 44 minutes basically of new content, which is great. But like that means like if I have like finals or something during that time, it's going to be hard for me to cover this, which I am. So I believe. So yeah, Michael.
Yeah, I got you. I got it covered.
Yeah. Besides that, I'm pretty happy. This is what we do hope for in a show, to be pretty consistent with that. Although it's been on hiatus for forever, so
right.
I'm glad at least they're doing this and not just throwing it away.
Yeah, I mean, it really hasn't been on hiatus that long because it was like a little. Was it like March-ish? Right, last year it ended, I believe. I could be wrong. It was like
that's almost a year then.
Yeah, but that's like a normal television show. It goes like a year. Like
that's true.
Yeah, like they give you the thing with Star. It's not like Steven where they give you chunks of an entire season throughout a year or two. It's like Star, like they give you 1 year. You know, they have like a whole list of episodes. They release it mostly pretty frequently. They might do a mid-season finale with a little break and then do more. But then you wait a year and then you get a consistent string of episodes for the most part. That's what Star's been doing. So that's good. I can respect that. And it looks like they're kind of continuing on with that tradition. It's been about a year-ish since season 3. So we're getting our year's worth of Star, and it's going to be the last year's worth of Star. Not surprising. They usually end at season 4, these Disney shows, if not earlier. So I think it's okay, but we can talk more about that later. So first off is Butterfly Follies. I don't really know specifically what this would be. It probably has to do with Eclipsa. Now that Eclipsa is the queen, Star kind of bequeathed that power onto her. It looks like this probably has to do with the original true Butterfly family and not the fake pretend Butterfly family that Star is a part of. So we might get some history or something here, I think.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely want to learn more about like I don't know, I guess that side, although it was cut off obviously with Meteora, because it doesn't seem like she actually has a child. She ever had a kid, so
right.
Looks like it's just with Eclipsa then.
Yeah, it cuts off at Eclipsa and then goes to Festivia, which was just a stand-in, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we have Escape from the Pie Folk. So this one sounds silly and ridiculous, but two things to note. This is like a full episode by itself. It's not broken up into pieces. So usually when that happens, that means something's going down, boy. Mm-hmm. So it looks like there's actually a shot from the Japanese promo that aired a couple weeks ago featuring Moon giving a pie to Star. Star has like a chef hat or whatever. And some dude punches the pie. I don't recognize him. He has I think he has like an eye patch or something. So maybe he's one of the pie folk. But I think this might relate to Queen Moon's mother. If you read the Star vs. Force of Evil book, the Magic Book of Spells, there's actually a chapter with Moon's mother, and she's actually a chef, and one of her things that she likes to make is pie. So I'm assuming it has something to do with the pie that she makes. Moon is probably going to be teaching Star how to make the pie. There's like a whole recipe she has a bunch of recipes in the book. It's really great, but I think it ties into that somehow, because we know this season's going to tie into the book. Darren FC confirmed that this book kind of serves as like season 3.5 almost, so I feel like this might be a taste of that, no pun intended.
I love that stuff from the book. I definitely want to see that. Yeah, because we've been, it's good to have material like that, although of course people that can't get their hands on it, that does kind of suck, but yeah. It should be fine without, I'd say, even if you haven't read the whole book.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna. It's not like Kingdom Hearts, where if you don't play a game, you're completely lost. You'll still probably get it, but it's probably just nice little juicy Easter eggs for the people who did have the book. And then we have on March 17th, we have Moon Remembers. So Moon was last left in the magic realm, essentially. So this is confusing because if the pie episode has anything to do with Moon, which it might not, maybe this is something later on that shot is from, but if Moon was in that episode, does she just not remember everything, or she only remembers some things? Like, I'm confused how that would work exactly, or maybe this is just the episode where she's fully back, and then she has to realize that Eclipse is the queen now. I wonder how that's gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see Moon again for sure, and for her to act normal. But I don't really know. I guess just remembers everything, and then stuff is gonna go down.
Yes, Swimsuit, the next episode might tie into it, because there's like a lot of liquid and water and stuff in that realm. So maybe to protect herself, Star goes back into that realm and swims in a suit that protects her from kind of getting lost and acting really druggy. So that's the only thing I can think of there. I don't know if there's any sort of like quote unquote fillery, lighthearted episode that might fit there or not. Do you think?
It seems like maybe, yeah. It sounds funny enough that it could be.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Yeah.
And then we have Ransomogram. So someone's holding somebody hostage or something, and they got a little ransomogram, which is I'm assuming a ransom note. I don't know who this would be per se. Does someone kidnap Meteora? That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I can take this two ways, like either like a gram, like a telegram or whatever, or like a grandma. I don't know who, but a gram. I feel like they'd make that kind of fun.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it could go both ways. If Meteora is like a baby and she gets kidnapped, Meteora is technically a grandmother, even though she's a baby, but even though they're not related, I don't know. It's confusing.
Wait, how?
Well, because they're not technically related, but
one of the grandmas, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like technically one of the butterfly grandmas, if you will. Even though she doesn't have a chapter. Yeah, I think someone's got taken hostage for some reason. But I could definitely see them making it a pun to do with grandmas. And then the next one is Lake House Fever. So yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what a lake house is. Well, I know what a lake house is, but I don't know what it is in terms of this. So we'll just have to wait and see. There's really not much to piece together from that, at least not off the top of my head. Maybe something in the book, maybe something little detail from previous episode, not sure. And then we have March 24th. So this is consistent so far every week. Yada Yada Berries. So that sounds pretty lighthearted. It sounds like some sort of berries that make you talk too much, or berries that talk too much, or something like that. And then Down by the River, so that obviously has to do with River, the king. So I wonder if we're going to get more backstory with him, or if he's kind of trying to cope with Moon not being her full self. She should have been knocked out of it by that point, I would imagine, but...
Yeah, I actually didn't. I forgot his name is River, so I was like, oh my God. That sounds right.
You're fired.
I'm sorry, but I just call him Mr. Butterfly.
Mr. Butterfly. And then we have the Ponyhead show. So this, again, sounds like pretty lighthearted. But if we look at the promo from Japan, there's actually a shot with this fancy secretary-looking woman that some people have speculated kind of looks like Eclipsa, but with different hair and no hat and whatnot. I could definitely see that. Eclipsa is...
Oh, I think it is her.
Yeah, Eclipsa is kind of whimsical.
Like her hair, right?
Yeah. So she just kind of has like an 80s assistant style going on.
And all of the Ponyhead sisters there, too.
Yeah, so this seems like this has something to do with it. Maybe it's some sort of coup against Ponyhead from her sisters, because we know her sisters have a pretty big grudge. So maybe it's like some sort of game show, and they use Eclipse's dark magic to deal with Ponyhead or something. I don't know. Since Eclipsa is technically the queen now, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if Eclipsa would waste her time with such a thing, but I feel like that could be related, possibly, because this is the Ponyhead show, and it's literally a whole squad of Ponyheads. And it looks like it could be some sort of show. I don't know. Eclipse is just dressed up really weird. So the next one is Surviving the Spider Bites. So some of you might remember the Princess Spider Bite. She has a big spider bite on her head. Very silly, ridiculous. But the King Shashtakan Spider Bite.
If you want to know who he was he's the ex-husband of Eclipsa. So before she went and married Globgor, she was with him, even though he was a very rude person, and she didn't like him.
Yep, so she peaced out. So it looks like this very well may deal with King Shashtakan, or something about the past of, them supposed to be getting married, coming back to, dare I say, bite Eclipsa in the back. And I think she'll have to deal with that. This doesn't seem like it's going to be as silly as it sounds. I think this might very well tie into Eclipse's past. And then the next one is Out of Business. Not sure what that is. That could be a lot of things. There's a lot of businesses in Star, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it could be like the hot dog truck.
Yep, could be that.
Or
Goblin dogs.
That big store that they went to. You know what I'm talking about.
Quest Buy.
Yes.
Yep, it could be Quest Buy, it could be the dojo, it could be a lot of different things, so there's no real telling from that one. Then we have Kelly's World, so this is actually really cool. I love Kelly. Kelly's dope. So I'm actually very excited to see more of Kelly, and maybe even flesh her character out a bit more. They kind of did that a little bit already, but I think that'd be really cool. I know when we last left off, Tom and Star didn't work out, but I think Kelly is still feeling Marco. So maybe we're still doing a love triangle type of deal, but with Kelly this time. I don't know.
Wait, did Star Tom, they broke up?
Yeah, well, Tom basically accepted that she kind of belongs with Marco, but I don't think they ever Star and Marco never officially made it a thing. But Tom realized, look.
Oh yeah, they did kiss.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they did kiss. that was interesting. So I think Kelly might tie into this some way, shape, or form, but we'll have to wait and see for that one.
I think she'll be cool about it.
Yeah, she seems too chill to really be concerned.
Hopefully she moves on.
Yeah. But hey, Kelly episode, I'm down. And then we have Curse of the Blood Moon. Speaking of love triangles, so this one is definitely going to be very interesting. This is not the last episode. This is the last episode that we know of, so don't stress out. But Curse of the Blood Moon obviously ties into Star and Marco, but it's a curse, which is interesting. So this implies that something bad's going to happen. So this is going to be the part of the season where things hit the fan and end very poorly for our heroes. So what do you think this is? Do you think this ties into Markos' dream with the Blood Moon, kind of tying into maybe Toffee and him becoming the next Toffee or something like that? Or do you think it's something else entirely?
I still want my first theory to come true.
It could happen.
Which is about, I guess it would be Marco versus Star, kind of. Maybe he'd be fighting for the monsters, because, how his monster arm, which they still need to talk about.
Yeah.
It was referenced in the book, of course, but not in canon. I mean, in the show.
Right.
Besides that, the Blood Moon we know from it's been there since season 1, and it's kind of representing Star and Marco and how they're going to be intertwined for all of eternity. Yeah. Is that a curse or is that a good thing? I don't know. Could be a curse.
Yeah, because that implies that something bad happens to one of them, So
Ooh.
because they're intertwined, then something bad happens to both of them.
That is interesting.
Yeah, they both get bodied. Yeah, so that one definitely looks the most interesting. I'm definitely the most excited for that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm assuming we'll probably have the next episode list for April probably by March 24th, if I had to guess. I don't think they're gonna wait for March 31st, so we'll probably have it like around that week sometime. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm okay with Star ending here. It's better for it to end on a solid, satisfying conclusion when everything wraps up, rather than have it go on for 20 seasons and lose its luster after a while, especially since it's story driven. It seems like things are starting to wrap up, and I trust Star's pacing a lot. Star's always been, or generally after like at least like the midpoint season 1/season 2, has been very good with pacing, especially recently. Season 3 was very strong, so I'm sure that whatever goes down, they planned it out, they mapped it out, and I think we're going to be left with a very emotional, solid ending.
Yeah, I agree. So I did look like I've heard that no Disney show has gone past 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Although, of course, with like since they got Simpsons, that's no longer the case technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even looking at like Phineas and Ferb, and they, even though it was on for like a bajillion years,
yeah,
at least it felt like to me it was on for a while. It only had 4 seasons, which is like, are you kidding me? But yeah, they only got 4 seasons, I guess. Well, for their original shows.
Right. Yeah, it's very interesting. I wonder why that is. I guess just how it goes around Disney. I wonder if they have like a rule, like an unspoken rule as to why they do that. But I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I don't think Star needs like a bunch of seasons. It's 4 seasons is plenty. And I'm like, it hasn't really sunk in that it's ending, but I'm sure it will once we reach the actual end. And it'll probably finally hit me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least they're gonna promote it as like the final.
Yeah.
Season, I think, because like with Steven Years, I was kind of blindsided a bit, like with the end of season 5, like it felt almost like an ending, but
right, even though it wasn't.
they never called it that.
Right.
The finale of Steven Years, even though it's probably gonna be different whenever it returns. How we've heard.
Yeah. A lot of people were confused about that because it felt like an ending, and we had no season 6 confirmed. We still technically don't have it confirmed, even though it's pretty much happening. But I'm glad that they're doing like they're telling us right now, because Gravity Falls, same thing. Gravity Falls, it was like the last couple episodes. They're like, oh yeah, it's about to end. By the way, hope you enjoyed it. It was like, oh, what? There's not another season? Like Weirdmageddon's it? So that was like kind of blindsided us too. So I'm glad like Disney's kind of taking notes with that sort of thing. I'm sure the creators really pushed for it. This is it. This is the end. This way we're not completely just shocked and get whiplash. Like, wait, that's it? We're ending this? So we have time to emotionally prepare. So just get ready, everybody. The Star Ride is ending very soon. I think it's actually going to be ending close to MomoCon, which is bad timing, but we'll wait and see with that. But let us know what you guys think about what's going to happen in these episodes. How do you guys feel about season 4 being the last season? Are you satisfied with it, okay with it? Or do you wish they would have kept going? And if you do wish that, what do you think they should have done? Definitely let us know in the comments down below. If you're new here, definitely subscribe, because we are going to be covering lots of Star stuff. Maybe we'll have some theories based off these episode titles. Doubtful, but don't want to miss it anyway. So hit the notification bell, definitely subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.